this Unity video, you're gonna learn how to make this amazing examine pickup script. You see, I can just examine the object. You will seeing those those errors I will show you about in time. If you press escape, you can put back the key. You press pickup, press your mouse like left click, then it's gonna be examine, and then if you press right click, you can take it and open the chest around you, and like that, and we can pick up the item later on. Okay, so begin with it. I already have this key. In my previous videos I have shown you how to make this pickup and chest opening setup, systems in my previous videos. You can get that link. You can also watch that videos in from the I button over here. Okay, so what is that is I have, yes, okay, so I had this key pickup script on this key before, so that it can open this chest. So basically it needed a key object, an inventory object that acts as an, like over here, that acts as an object that remains that if this object is in inventory, then only this chest is gonna be opening. So that's the key sound. So this was an old script. This basically does is that pick up the key and just basically opens the chest. But this one, you can see, you can have an examine the object. You can have have a good view of it, if you wanna hide something like a code or something like a puzzle, you can hide like around notes or something. You can just use this examine pickup script. That's just something same. Okay, so that's amazing. I will explain you that in the visual editor later. First of all, I will explain how these variables are being set up. Okay, so enjoy the video. So okay, we are here that you are seeing in this video. Let me just play the game. Okay, so what you have seen in this, whenever do this and whenever I just do this, you see these faces are not rendering nicely. They are just disappearing. That is the problem with modeling, that you didn't have like UV faces or back face culling thing. I also have a video for that in the description also, or you can find it there in the I button also. I have a problem solving for that. This is usually when you don't flip the faces in Blender or whatever software you use for modeling. This happens with your modeling software. This is nothing with the Unity. Okay, you make sure that nothing happens like that. So that is just a problem with the modeling. Okay, I've shown you that always after modeling you should resize your UV maps and also the back face culling thing. You will find the video in the I button. Okay, so I'm going to explain the variables right now. So there are so many things. This is gonna be different. These things gonna be like similar for everything. The FPS controller, like you have multiple keys, so these things are generally gonna be same except this one. Yeah, these things are gonna be the same. That's why there is nothing on it. That's why this is unique, and this is gonna be different for everyone. Okay, so this is examine UI. Okay, so let's go for the first one. You have to apply it on the object that you want to pick up. I have made this false so that it doesn't collides with my this script. So I have the first main person camera that I got from the FPS. No, that's the first person camera. Okay, that's the first person character camera. You just have to drag it over there. This is the examine camera. This you have to set up. There are so many things to do with that. Okay, so let me explain you. This is examine camera. If I go to that, you just have to do is go to FPS controller, right click and add a camera. The position of this camera will not be default. Okay, so what you have to do is go to your first person character and go over onto three dots and copy the world placement, and then go to your examine camera and then just do the paste world placement. That will do the thing, and your camera will attach to the similar as the first person camera. You see, if I click on that, they both show the same image that's rendering. Okay, that's the examine camera. There's nothing much in the thing. It's up to you, Skybox, up to you what you want to do. Okay, I want to make it the night time. Let me wait a second. Window. Oh, it was over here. It's time that I have used the Unity animate rendering lighting. Okay, So I go over here, default skybox light. Wait a second. Night light. There isn't a light. Night light maybe. Skybox night. Maybe let me search. They must be having something. Default skybox. Maybe there is nothing. I want it a dark light time. You can just add something. Okay. So that's just the base. That you leave it over there. Okay. So we go over to the key. Okay. We go to our key inspector, and you see an examining camera overhead that we drag over to there. Okay, like that. Okay, so then we have a spotlight. That's for the night time. I was explaining about you before. So that's for the night time. We basically doesn't need a spotlight in this much light up area, bright area. Okay, so you don't need a spotlight necessary, but you make sure you have it, or else you should remove in the script. Okay, so as it there gonna be a error will be popping up, and it will don't make the script nicely. Okay, so what you're going to do is go to spotlight, just examine camera, right click it, and go to effects, and like lights, and make a spotlight or whatever directional light. It's up to you guys. It's just a preference thing. I added up because in my game and the thing that I was working on, I made it on a thing like what do you say, yeah, because my game is like so much dark and there is not a natural light or sunlight or so much bright light, so I made a spotlight for it. You can just play around the settings with yourself. It's nothing to that much matter. Okay, so we go to the key again, and now our spotlight is cleared. You can just drag the spotlight over there. The thing is that this is player. You can just drag. This is a script so that the player doesn't move while we are in the examine camera. So you just have to drag your first person controller over there. Nothing much to be trouble about. This is UI. You also have to set up the UI. Like whenever you see when I play the game, you see the buttons to the thing, like first left click for examine, right click for the taking the key, and escape for escaping the examine camera. So these are just raw images. I will show you that this is a raw image. You can also add your PNG from Photoshop or edit or something. You can just right click it, or no, not right click, go to your this and make it a sprite 2D and apply it. Okay, so that will make your image to the sprite, and then you can add just this examine UI. Make sure it's canvas. Okay, you have to make it a canvas, or else this won't show. This is something with Unity, I don't know. This says that you have to make a canvas. Okay, go to your, what is it? Okay, I will just this make it, go to your FPS controller and make it where it is. Go to UI and make a canvas, name it whatever you want. That's why I've written in brackets canvas. It's a canvas. Okay, we see this is a canvas, and in the canvas you have this button overlay, and you see I have like wait a sec, I have these objects and some objects turned on and off, like I have this not active. You just have to make sure that everything is similar, because this is programming, guys. Nothing of much fun is going over here. You have to use the minds, yes, and you have to be accurate so much about these things. So you have to make sure that these things are active or disabled or something, whatever it is. This is working right now, so this is perfect. If you have any questions, or even if I miss any part, you can just write down in comments, and you will get an answer. Okay, so yeah, if you have any problems, suggestions, or you stuck with something, just write down in comments. Okay guys, so this is button overlay. This is a raw image. Just go right click and UI and go a raw image. This will add a raw image to the canvas, or you can just directly go to first person controller and go UI and go to raw image. That will automatically add a canvas for yourself. Okay, with delete, and you can just name it your examine UI or something. In my case, you don't have to separately add in canvas, but make sure these things UI is in canvas. Okay, so this is button overlay. I have just drag the examine UI and make sure its width and height is accordingly to your screen and game size or resolution. Okay, so that's just thing that is, you see, you don't perfectly see that. Now you see examine, take, and back. That's my examine UI for right now. Okay, so that's with the examine UI, that you just have to that is UI. And okay, wait a second, no, I was explaining whole time this examine UI, that button overlay, you have to drag it over there. This UI is your main UI that whenever you go and things like when I go to the key, it shows me E to open, and then I go to like something else, text shows. So those are in my this folder UI. So whenever I go in the examine camera view, whenever I press E on an object, every else text and UIs and something else disappears in the HUD. That's in the HUD program that I've written in the script, that's in HUD. So everything else rather than things in the examine UI, that will be turning on its own. So you make sure that whatever your text that appears, something else keys or something that is on, or some whatever like crosshair, then like crosshair default, crosshair interaction text or something like that, you make sure it's in a UI. Like this is also this is a canvas, right here. Make sure it's in a folder right there. Okay, like over there in images I have CCTV UI that made canvas UI also, whatever timer that was. Okay, so make sure you have a UI, and that's mean basically HUD that shows player UI. Okay, user interface. Okay, so you just drag over there user interface, that's just the FPS controller script, that's spotlight in the examine camera, that is it. And key pickup text, that's gonna be in the UI that I told you. That's gonna be this key pickup text, make it disabled. E to pick up style, you can watch yourself, and size also, you can also go to the screen. If I make it enable, you see I go to this view, and that shows me the screen of mine that will be showing to the player when he would be playing. So you just make it disable, and you can just align and make it according to yourself. Just if I made it at italic or something, it will change. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so if any error shows you, write down me in comments. Okay, next we go to I'll show you the key pickup tag. This common things are done now. I'll go to the hard part. This is the speed X and Y. This is the speed of rotation, however you want. Like I was pressing the left click to examine the object, this is the speed of that. It's up to you. You want it 100 like a burning out the monitor, it's up to you. Okay, this default I use them 10 by 10, so it makes it like elegant. Okay, this is the target. I will go to this examine object later on. Okay, first of all I will go for the key object. The key object the key object is your basic object that you're gonna be picking up. When you are when you are examining the object, this key becomes disabled, so that you don't see two keys on your screen. You're gonna see only one screen, and that's gonna be it. So that's inventory key. Inventory key comes in the handy when you are unlocking the chest. That is in the inventory object, that is key, and this key is the same as this one, that is object. Okay, this is not an object, this key is not an object, this is just a trigger. Like you can say this is an empty object. Let me click it. This is an empty object that turns out to be a key of a lock. Okay, the key. Okay, so this is about key, this is about text. Make sure your about text is in the examine UI, so that if you make it in the UI wherever I have different text for missing text, tab close or whatever. Okay, if you put your about key in your UI, the script will disable the UI, and your about will not be showing that. It shows the mechanical chest key, it will not be showing that. So make sure it's in the examine UI, and you just drag it like that. Okay, like drag it like that, it's up to you. I have this these configurations for this one. I made it italic and something aligned, something. It's up to you guys. You can also make your fonts, custom fonts you can add. If you have any font, just maybe right click it. Where was it? Maybe it was okay, these are fonts. If you have this font, go to the wait a second, it's coming. Is this one? No, wait a second. I'm not getting that right now. What was it? Properties. No, no, no. I'm not getting that right now. But I know that I made it in this SDF font or whatever it is. This is the Unity that takes for the raw image. If you have a default font, not Text Mesh Pro, this simple font that you will drag from your folders will work. But if you have your Text Mesh Pro text, then you're gonna have this one. Okay, so this one I have also shown you in my text page video how to make this a font. Okay, you can watch that also. So wait a second. Okay, I was over here. So this is the about key text. Okay, and this is key sound. Yeah, that's up to you. You can just make an audio source in over here. Where it is, yeah, like over here. This sounds. And key pickup sound, audio source. You have to make sure the play on awake is off and loop is also off. Drag your audio file from over project to over here. The settings up to you. That's all done. By that being said, now I will come to this examine key object, and this one, these are both the same thing that you have to drag over here, and that is this one. This you see over here. If I zoom in, you don't see anything, but now you see a key. This key is in front of examine camera that shows. Okay, so when you turn out in the examine camera and your main camera will turn out to be false, you will see this key, and this key will be rotating. So this is the key. Okay, so you have to just basically copy down this key, like press Ctrl D and remove all of these things. Okay, copy down, remove all these components, and drag your exam key over to there and name it something else. Okay, name it something else, and then make it a size and align to the camera that you see over here. Okay, you see the camera over there. Just make it something that you want, and positions you just can copy. You can put copy positions of the camera and just paste on the examine object. And you can, if you don't see an object like having if this object, if I just zoom in, you see this object's pivot point is over here. What you can do is make it in create an empty object. Okay, and make the if I see this empty object is over here at the camera, you can just drag it over there, and you can just put your examine key in this, and then you can apply this game object on the script. Okay, I know that's being so much complicated that I'm explaining, but this is the basic language I'm speaking in. Okay, so you see this is examine object. Make sure it's disabled so you don't see that in main camera. Okay, go to there and drag your examine key object to this and to this. That's how the scripts variable are assigned. If you have any questions, you can ask me in comments. Now I will go for the script. You see the script is so long. I don't feel like explaining it right now, but I will. Okay, the basic things I will skip for that. Examine light and false and start. What does it do? I will go for the the advanced things. These are just enable it and not enable it. Okay, when you press interact and the objects in it reads. Okay, so you have to just main camera switches back and examine camera becomes true. The person becomes this FPS controller. He becomes like you are, if you press WASD, the player won't move unless you press escape. Okay, so that is, for this command to work, you definitely need this to write over here. Okay, this is time scale 0. When you are interact, and if you are in the and if you are in the examining mode, I have also made an examining bool so that this makes it true. If you are examining the object, the time scale is 0. So you see, if a ghost is chasing you, if you pick a key, it doesn't and you are examining, that doesn't make a sense. The ghost will kill you. Okay, so you are examining mode, or something that you have a flashlight timer, or something that battery runs down, so this will make it stop, and the time scale and water flowing will or everything will stop. And that just the both things are opposite in these two. Okay, and not exactly opposite. This is escape. This just basically put down the key. nothing makes enables in our inventory, and that just makes inventory key enabled in an inventory, and that the chest will read that inventory keys of key is in the inventory and the chest will unlock. Okay, so this makes for the mouse 1, that is right click, and mouse 0, mouse button 0, that is left click. This is escape key. You have to also assign the escape key in the project manager. Wait a second, I will show you that. This is the key. This is something that you need for your object to rotate and examine. So okay, you just have to copy paste. Don't beat your head against it. This is difficult. Okay, just if you examine the object and if you press the left click, the object will rotate at y-axis and x-axis at 360 degrees. Okay, and that's it. And speed y and speed x, that's the speed that I've shown you. Okay, that speed public float that you assign, like 10 by 10. Okay, so that's basically with the script. This script is so long. Yeah, it took so long to me to do the things, and it took me like 10 hours or maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days. I don't know how much time it took me. So guys, if you like, if you find this video useful, make sure to hit that like button, and yeah, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and press the bell notification so that you never miss an amazing Unity upload. I will not end the video right now because I have to explain you how to set up this escape key. Okay, you go to the Unity, go to edit, project settings, and you see input manager over here. This basically gonna be 18 or 20, I don't know, whatever the default size. Just increases by writing the 50 over here, whatever, it's up to you. So this will add some of the repetitive names, that some bit I cancel. Now you see I have assigned escape key. This cancels are just nothing. Okay, you see escape key, escape, you have to write the exact name that you use in the script, escape and escape. Okay, and now if you see a positive button, this is escape, that just write down or whatever. If you want to make it JKL slash, it's up to you. And that's all for the video, guys. Bye. My throat is just aching now. Bye. Just take